So for me, I've been on YouTube for 10 years, and I didn't come out till 2 years ago. So those 8 years, I was in the closet, and one of the biggest questions on my channel was constantly like, is he gay? Are you gay? Like, that was the biggest thing. And I had like a sense that I was gay, but I wasn't sure. So when I would get those questions, like, I would be offended, and I would obviously, like, in that time, like, I wasn't confident or comfortable with that, so I would reject that, and I would take those questions as hate and in a negative way. And it wasn't until I was able to come out to myself that when people would ask those questions and say he's obviously gay, like, it didn't become an insult anymore, because I had come out to myself and I was okay with who I was, which is a process in its own. But I took away the power from the commenters of making that question and that insult into an insult, and I made it into, yeah, that is who I am. So I think for me, the hardest part about coming out online was just, I guess, finally, like, telling people that they were right. Like, I had been hiding this big secret. I mean, yeah, it was just, I love you too. Yeah, I just felt like I was hiding something, and finally I was going to reveal it. So that was the scariest part. But the surprising was, when I was in like middle school and high school, I always felt like being gay was wrong, and I felt like the kids in my school thought that it was wrong. So the fact that the new generation of kids out here in the audience,
this entire room, you mean?
Guys,
this amazing, like, beautiful room?
The response that I got when I came out was like, wow, the times have changed. Like, it's not like the way it was when I was growing up anymore. Like, things have progressed better, and it's because of maybe people like us who have like been open about who we are, that it's kind of spread light to who we are. So I was surprised at the response of it being so supportive.
Yeah, like, you put yourself out there, and you were kind of nervous because people were felt like kind of hating on you before, like, oh, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay, right? And you couldn't really identify with it. Then you identified with it, or like claimed it, reclaimed it. You were like, yeah, I'm gay, like, that's true. And then the positive side is like, everyone was like, hell yeah, let's get it. So that's awesome. I love to hear that.
Yes. Spark Notes version.
Stephanie.
I feel like I have almost the opposite case scenario that most YouTubers have. When I was on YouTube, it was always established that Steph, she's really gay. So my coming out video was more of a, hey, you already know this information, let's get back to the root of it, because I always was a writer and I wrote online. So how I started with YouTube was, I had a very popular blog, and one day someone said, I love what you write, I love your articles, I hate reading, could you make a video? And I was like, I have all this free time, why not? So when I made my coming out videos on YouTube, I guess the most surprising thing for me was the fact that I never thought I would be the person to be making advice videos, just because when I was growing up and because I was so young when I discovered my sexuality, it was before people really were on YouTube, and I was the youngest lesbian on YouTube because there were really no lesbians anywhere unless you count Ellen, but I don't think she...
Everybody counts Ellen.
But yeah, the biggest surprise was I never in a million billion years would have thought that I would be the person helping people who are literally in the position where I was, you know, 15 years ago. Like, I was that kid in high school that had a wheelie backpack way longer than anyone should have a wheelie backpack. And I never thought that my story would be a tool for others to feel better. And now I feel like, you know, we're passing the torch, and, you know, one day someone in the audience is going to be that person to help someone else one day, and it'll continue.